Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. My hair is falling out my ponytail. And this is my review for Married to Medicine Season 5, Episode 3. How was everyone's day? It's Friday. Well, when you see this, it'll be Saturday. But, technically, it's midnight, so it's Saturday. But, I hope everyone had a great Friday. Hope everyone's going to have a good weekend. So, yeah. I had a great day as well. So, yeah, let's get started for this particular review. Married to Medicine, this season, everybody got relationship issues. I mean, you got Dr. Simone and Cecil having issues. You got Dr. Jackie and her husband, who cheating on her. You got Toya, who think Eugene might cheat on her. You got Quad taking the damn trash out. I mean, the only kind of good marriage we see is Dr. Heavenly and her husband. But I don't think that counts because Dr. Heavenly is literally 100% submissive to her husband, and I don't think her husband could do any wrong in her eyes. As she said before, if her husband cheat on her, it ain't his fault. So I feel like their marriage will always be fine because she not gonna find fault in nothing he do. So it is what it is. So we see this particular episode start with Toya and Contessa. Contessa's the new person. Contessa, I think she's Toya's friend. So they meet up at Toya's house, and they kind of chit-chatting, and, Toya letting her know how Eugene is always gone because he working so they can pay off this junk tax debt, and she's hoping they can pay it off in 1 year. And my thing is, if your husband working to pay a tax debt off from the IRS, you need to just shut up and let him do that. I mean, yes, it is unfortunate that you don't get to see your husband all the time, but who wants to owe the IRS? And since your ass ain't got up and lifted that damn finger to get that damn job, let him do what he needs to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure, as I said before, the check she gets from this show could have covered at least a little bit of the debt. But, I mean, he working to pay off y'all debt, boo-boo, so you can't be complaining like, we ain't having sex. Well, you want to go to jail? Ain't no sex in tax jail. None. Ask Wesley Snipes. Ask Ronald Isley. You don't get no sex in jail when you go to jail for tax evasion at all. So, Toya, I'm going to need you to hush. Yes, this review is going to be a little bit different because I feel like some of them are complaining about just the wrong things in life, especially Toya. So... I did not mean to go off like that, but that's how I feel. Like you can't keep complaining that y'all not having sex, but you're saying because he always gone because he has to work because of this tax debt. I mean, that's what a husband is supposed to do. And not only are you not getting sex, his ass ain't getting sex either. Girl, be happy you have a husband who wants to work extra shifts to pay off a debt. Because some husbands will be like, man, forget that debt. We're going to just pay them $20 a month for the rest of our life. He trying to get y'all stuff paid off in a year. Within, because it's been like a year or two. He trying to pay it off quickly. That's what you're supposed to want your husband. He's providing for you. Okay? Because he's not only making money to pay off his tax debt, he's making money to pay the bills. Because again, Toya, you have no income besides this show, boo-boo. And I'm pretty sure you don't get but maybe $100,000 per season. Okay? You might get 200 because this is season 5, so y'all might have got to up in y'all pay, but you ain't bringing home no millions, and you ain't bringing home no weekly or monthly check like Eugene asked here. So calm down, girl. Go get you a bullet, bust one off when your husband get home. Give him some. Take it from him, girl. When he lay down, jump on it. Do what you got to do. I'm sorry. So, then she starts talking to Contessa about the whole heavenly thing. Now this is something else I kind of don't care about. I feel like it's just some bullshit and this fuckery all up and through. Contessa saying if I never have to see Wreck-It Ralph again, so it wouldn't be too soon. I'm like, well, who the fuck is Wreck-It Ralph? I mean, Wreck-It Ralph, really? I'm like, she didn't call Heavenly Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, Jesus. So they then show how Heavenly got upset about Contessa asking her what her name was. And my thing is this. When you meet someone for the first time, even if I know your name, you should say, hi, I'm so-and-so. Case in point. I forgot who it was. It was some famous person on whatever. I think it was Issa Rae from Insecure. She said how when she met Beyonce, they was at a party. Jay-Z walked up first, talked to her, hey, whatever. Beyonce then walked up and said, hi, I'm Beyonce. And she's like, well, girl, you got to introduce yourself. But sometimes people do that to be polite because, again, even if I know who you are because I've seen you on TV, you should still say, hi, I'm so-and-so, because you're meeting me, bitch. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, she said, Contessa says how Heavenly reminds her of girls in high school. Those weird ass mean girls, or those weird girls who always like some kind of drama. That is technically what Heavenly is. And it's also like this weird induction into a group of girls, but you have to kind of haze her. Girl, don't nobody care. Y'all are adult women. Heavenly need to get over that. Toya then says how, you just have to get used to Heavenly's ways, that she's actually really nice. She just has a rough exterior. You know what? Over the seasons, I believe that is true, but Heavenly, don't nobody want to deal with that when they first meet you. Sometimes, as an adult woman, I don't have time to get past your rough exterior. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you are just mean and rude to me, just offer it from the beginning. I don't have time for that. If you can't be nice to me, just saying, hi, I'm so-and-so, and leave it at that, I ain't got time to get to know you, girl. So, Toya was like, Heavenly respects the person more when she gives them that aggression and they give it back to her. She earns, like, it's as if they earn her respect. Girl, bye. So, the next thing we see is Heavenly talking to her daughter about the issues at the damn party. I have a major issue when adults talk to their children. And I say children, I mean like kids who are in like elementary school or middle school. I don't feel like kids should ever be involved in adult situations. I don't feel like as a parent you should be seeking advice from your child about a grown person's situation. I just don't. It's one thing to have a conversation with your child to warn them about situations that they might deal with, and if you give them an example from your life, I completely get that. But you don't just go in your daughter's room and say, hey, Alora, I want to talk to you about this issue I have with Toya and Contessa. She just goes on to say how, because she was asking her, I was on my best behavior, and they came up to me starting some mess. I'm like, she really having this conversation with her daughter. I'm like, does anybody else think this is crazy? I mean, please put a comment below if you think that it's just batshit crazy, or just not appropriate to just include children in adult matters. She then asked her daughter, why do I have a time meeting, making new friends? And her daughter Laura said, well, it's because you're abrasive. And you are. You are abrasive, you are rude, you are disrespectful, and your ass ain't friendly. And I feel like when Heavenly being the pettiest of the petty, her voice gets higher. Or when she's lying about something, or when she caught into something, she has that really, really, really high-pitched voice. Heavenly's regular talking voice isn't high-pitched. But when she gets to lying and yelling, all that cackling, I can't even deal with it, And she like, I told you don't say that kind of shit. I'm looking like, oh, and you gonna tell her what she can and can't say? If you come to your child for advice, let them speak, okay? So she was then saying in her confession on how she feels like God's put her in situations to test her to see how she reacts. Well, you failing miserably. And she says how it's hard for her to become the better person because of so much, it's so many ignorant people, there's so much ignorance in the world. But my thing is, you in some ways heavily contribute to that ignorance and that stupidity because you allow yourself to be that way. You allow yourself to be that angry person, to be, just that abrasive person. You should just realize, I don't have to be that way. When I meet someone, I can just say, hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Heavenly. And leave it at that. I don't have to be like, girl, who is you? Girl, you don't have to do all of that. Because again, it's petty and it's stupid and it's like whatever. When I meet someone new, I'm like, hi, I'm Jaylee, and I'm actually very quiet. Once you get to know me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a ball of fun. But when I'm getting to know someone, I'm not being all extra, I'm not being mean, I'm also not being rude. I think people do say, well, you be so quiet, it's like you mean. No, if I don't know you, I just wait for things to organically happen. But I'm not going to be mean to you. I'll say, hi, how are you? And then I might not say nothing else, because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But Heavenly be like, don't know somebody and be mean, rude, and petty. You can't be all those together. So, she said she also felt like Toya was telling Contessa stuff about her, which maybe made Contessa feel a certain kind of way, which is why Contessa came at her and saying, well, who are you? But I'm like, who cares? It's all it's all bullshit. Her daughter actually gives her advice, so, you should go talk to Toya and don't go talk to her. Don't go confront her in a mean way. Like, go have a civilized conversation. When your child has to tell you as an adult to go have a civilized conversation, something's wrong, okay? In case you didn't know. What was she talking about? Quad and Dr. G was at home, and they were talking about office stuff. He was saying about how he had to replace something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe the air fresheners. And she's like, "Am I the air freshener lady too?" And he would say things that he need at the office, and hopefully she can come by to get some things done. And Quad, she feels like he has everything in her. She's the secretary, she's the office manager, she's a chef, she's a maid, she's a dishwasher, she's the wife, and she's also the trash taker outer. And she's feeling overwhelmed, basically. He do ask her to stop by the office later to have some pizzazz to the office, and tells her he also has some checks that she needs to go take to the bank or whatever, because he has to pay payroll. And she's like, he having me do all this stuff, and he not even saying thank you. Now, see, Quad, let me get you together real quick. One, Dr. G, you do need to say thank you to your wife. You cannot use her as your go-all. You can't use her as your, be-all and end-all to everything. However, Quad, your husband is a doctor who has started a new practice, and sometimes when a person or a husband and wife starts a new venture, the other half is that everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if you started a business, he would help in whichever way he could. Well, you can't, because he's a doctor and he works all the time. But I think it's because I think he looks at it as Quad doesn't have a regular 9-to-5 job. Now, I don't know what else Quad does. I don't. I know she's on this show. I know she brought up that she has that little puppy couture line. I don't know if she does in real life. But I feel like he's trying to start a business for your family. So I think he assumes that whatever he needs, you're going to be there for him, because that's how some husbands are. The problem is, you're not saying to him, you do know that you don't pay me to be your damn secretary. We need to hire you. And my thing is, and if you have an issue with it, go ahead. Rose, I'm gonna call you back, Rose. Go ahead. And, when people pop up, I'll be saying stuff to them. What was I saying? Damn it, Rose. You made me forget. What was I just saying? People be having new stuff and doing stuff. I lost my whole train of thought. But anyway, no, I got it back. Yeah, hire someone. If you need someone at the office as an office manager and secretary, hire him a secretary. If y'all can't afford that, you're gonna have to be that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go ahead and Angela Bassett and wait to exhale it, and Mary J. Blige it, and be his secretary. You know what I'm saying, for his whole life. But at the same time, I feel like that's what you do when you want to help someone. For instance, for me, I'm starting this whole thing. My mom is going to be my manager. You know what I'm saying? Does my mom work a regular job? Yes, she does. She does. But she wants to help me because she believes in me. And I feel like maybe he thinks my wife believes in me, so she's here for whatever I need her for. And I feel like that ain't what she there for. She wants to be his wife, but she doesn't want to be everything that he needs. And I feel like they both have to take a step back, and he needs to see what she not willing to be. I'm not willing to be, at home doing everything and then going to the office and doing everything. We need to get somebody in here to handle all this stuff. But if neither one of y'all is saying that to each other, y'all both gonna be bumping heads. And he gonna keep thinking I can keep asking her for what she need, and she gonna keep doing it, but she gonna keep getting more and more upset as she's doing it. Again, communication is key. My key word, my best phrase that I love to say, effective communication can fix anything. And they just not having that. Next we see Dr. Jackie is planning this, what is it called? Fit is the new it. She did it, I think, in season 2, I think it was. Where she had that too. So she's at the office talking about that. However, we see that her husband is sending her gifts. Yes, she says that my husband sends me gifts every day. Every single day. And, her 2 employees are in the office, of course, bringing the things in. And they're like, well, I guess it's kind of nice that he's trying to, make up for things. And she was like, it ain't working. Him buying me gifts isn't going to stop me from being upset, over what he did. And, It's also the same time of their 15th wedding anniversary. And I find it funny that even though we only in, 3-4 episodes in, how we haven't seen him. Like, we have not seen her husband at all. So I know we see a clip that he'll be in later on in the season, so we'll get to see what happens with that. But she said how he can buy his way out of this one. And then she goes on to read the card. Now, the card said, how he doesn't want her to doubt his love for her, and how he doesn't want to take her for granted, and also that he's happier with her. Now, I don't know where the hell he fell and bumped his damn head at. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it, because he should have thought about that before his ass went out and cheated. And if it's one thing I hate, it's for a person to do something wrong and then say something like, I don't ever want you to think I take you for granted. But you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? But you cheated on me. That in itself is taking me for granted. That in itself is showing me that you're not happy with just me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, he think you slick. So, they then show a scene of her talking to Simone, like maybe 2 or 3 days prior, and she's basically saying that her divorce is still pending, like it's at the courthouse and it's still in the works. But she says, however, because Simone asked her, well, would you be okay with living the rest of your life alone? Now, I like that question, but again, I did not like that question. One, just because you get divorced at the age of Dr. Jackie does not mean that she has to be alone for the rest of her life. It's a possibility, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a guarantee. She should have said, are you ready to be single for, until you find someone else or whatever. She ain't got to be alone, you know what I'm saying? But, she did say, she didn't know. She didn't want to start all over dating someone new and getting to know someone new. And dating someone new is hard, okay? You know what I'm saying? It really is. My longest relationship was about 5 years. And the reason I think a person stays in it is because you don't want to get to know someone new. You're like, you know what? I'm going to put in 5 goddamn gonna use this fool. Do I really want to end it? Well, yes, because I was unhappy. You know what I'm saying? So it gets to that point. So Dr. Jackie was saying how she has to figure out for herself is what's best for her, divorce, or is what's best for her, forgiveness. Because again, people have to realize that just because your spouse cheats does not necessarily mean that you have to divorce them, but it also means you don't have to forgive them. It depends on what you can live with, what you can forgive, and what will make your mind be at peace. Because there's no point in divorcing a person if you're gonna be miserable without them, and if you really want them back, and if they are really willing to change. I think the question isn't even, can Dr. Jackie forgive Curtis? The question is, can Curtis ass not cheat no more if she forgives his ass? So, that's kind of what we have to figure, what she had to figure out on her own. And she's saying, she also says to Simone how she is upset with herself that she didn't see it. She didn't see the signs. And I think when she said, because people can say, well, she knew because he kept telling her that he needed more time with her. And that's a sign right there. That's a sign that your spouse wants more time with you. That's not a sign that your spouse is going to stay with you and cheat. You know what I'm saying? And I think what she meant by she didn't see the signs was probably because when he was cheating on her, he wasn't around. So I'm pretty sure it was little things that she just didn't notice that was different about her husband. And she's like, damn, I really didn't see the signs that he was cheating on me. Because again, it's one thing for your spouse to be unhappy. Y'all are in a space of unhappiness for that moment. It's something completely separate when that spouse actually goes out and cheats on you. You might not see that coming, and it's a whole completely different thing. And that's what she said she did not see. So we see that part of that conversation. Next, we see Simone talking to her son. I think it was her youngest son. And they were like out getting like maybe ice cream or whatever. And, he just brought up how he was worried about his parents because their arguments were getting worse. And he was like, the argument was like kind of crazy. And how he had never heard them argue that way and say the things that they were saying. And he, it kind of frightened him or whatever. And, he was like, in the past, when I was younger, when y'all would argue, I would cry just so that y'all could recognize that, it's not even about y'all. it's about us, me and my brother. And she was like, you did used to cry. And he was like, yeah. She's like, so you played us, you manipulated us. And he was like, no, but it worked. And that's true. Sometimes as parents and as human beings and as adults who have children, and I have no children, so let me not say I'm speaking as a point from a parent. I'm speaking from a point of a child who can imagine how it feels to hear your parents arguing and you feel like, well, damn, what about me? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes as adults, people don't realize that they're putting their own issues ahead of children who are on this earth solely because of their choices. Like, I didn't ask to be here. Y'all birthed me. So what y'all fighting for? You know what I'm saying? What about me? Y'all can't be breaking up. What about me? So I can get how he can feel that way. He also says that, if y'all were to get a divorce, that would be, unfair to me because then I would have to pick and choose which parent I want to live with. Now, the thing about that's the hard part about divorced parents, is that you don't want your parents to stay together just for you if it's an unhealthy, toxic relationship. But if it's something that can be fixed, you do want to say, y'all can't give up just because y'all, ain't happy right now. And marriage is about ups and downs. And I've, talked to different people who have been married. My parents were married for 30 years. They were together for 29 years before my father passed away. And what was I about to say? I lost my whole train of thought. See how that happens? But no, I really, literally lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was about to say. I lost my train of thought. But anywho, I do feel like, you just can't, was I going to say you can't stay together for the kids? I don't know what I was about to say, so please forgive me for having that whole brain moment. But, you know what I'm saying? Simone had a conversation with her son. She let him know. I'm really like, what was I about to say? That is hilarious. But anyway, Simone does talk to her son and say, hey, yes, me and dad are going through different issues. However, no decision has been made. We're not getting divorced. We're just going through hard times. So, yeah, I am really pissed off that I cannot remember what I was about to say about my parents were married for 29 years. I don't know. Okay, it is what it is. So, we do get introduced to Contessa. Contessa is a new person on the season. We find out that she is a PCP, a personal care physician. Her husband is also a PCP, so they're basically family doctors. We also find out that her nanny is Donnell Jones' mom. Donnell Jones made that song, Where I Wanna Be. That it was a long time ago. Google Donnell Jones if you don't know who Donnell Jones is. He had a few good hits. And they have 3 kids together. That's all about it. She didn't give me no more than that. Now, the scene with Toya and her daddy. Lord Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Toya talking with her daddy. Her daddy is visiting from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? They from Detroit. Yay. What up, though? And she's basically letting him know. She first brought up how her parents got divorced when she was around 7 years old. And how her mother caught her father cheating on her with her best friend in their house. I'm like, your daddy ruthless. I mean, really? But you know what? People in Detroit do dumb stuff like that. So I can only imagine how bad it was, back then. So, she's basically telling her dad how, her sex life is non-existent. Now, I laughed to myself, but she said, my sex life is non and void. It's null and void, Toya. Null and void. Non and void didn't make no damn sense. But she said, they don't have a sex life because he's working so much. I already went in on her, and I'm not going to do it again because, again, as I said, girl, shut up. You're trying to pay off that damn tax debt. But when she's talking to her dad, she brought up how Eugene told her, well, I can get you a shower head. And he like, a shower head? And she's like, you don't know what that mean, Dad? And he like, no, what, a shower head? And she was like, to masturbate. I was like, you talking to your daddy like that? I mean, I don't know. Not gonna happen. She then said how she talked to her father about everything. She says how when she was younger and he used to have them girls coming in and out, she would stand outside his door and listen to her daddy have sex. Now, if that ain't the nastiest shit I have ever heard, I am a person who I never, ever, 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 ever wanted to, or I have no recollection of. My parents didn't even have sex. I was an immaculate conception where, no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. I mean, I know my parents, had sex or whatever. But, I don't, who wants to hear their parents having sex? Ugh, that's disgusting. But, she was saying, I would stand out the door and listen to them have sex with all with the girls, and the girls would be screaming and making all kind of noises. So I know he know what to do. I'm looking like, what? No, Toya, that sounds disgusting. That sounds absolutely disgusting. So, her dad then went to say how, your mom thought I was cheating, but I wasn't cheating because I just wasn't getting what I needed from home, so I just got it from somewhere else. Sir, that's still cheating. You also brought up, like, and plus, me and mom kind of wasn't together, so I really wasn't cheating. And she's like, I don't want to, rehash, your version and stuff. Like, that ain't my version. It's what happened. She was like, no, that is your version of what happened. Again, because I'm pretty sure her mama got her version of what happened. And, she just goes to say how, you would have me do different things. And you would, you would have all the girls coming over. You would have me switch out the photo depending on which girl came over. You taught me how to be manipulative in those aspects. So when I got older, I didn't trust men because my only example of a man and a husband was my father, who cheated on my mama and had me switching out photos for different girls that he was dating. She was saying how her husband was nothing like her father, and that's the reason that she actually married him, because she felt like she can trust him. But she says now, because he's always gone working, she's afraid that he might, go out and strength and sleep with somebody else. Girl, Eugene ain't going no damn where. Just shut up. So, that's all we're going to talk about. Simone and Quad had a conversation. I thought Quad was coming up with Simone house to hear about Simone's, marital issues. Simone started off saying how Cecil thinks everything is her fault. Whatever she complained about, she's been over dramatic. There's different things, she kind of say, oh, you just being extra, it's your fault or whatever. From there, Quad said, well, I get how, because marriage is crazy. People in marriage have different issues. Me and Dr. G, we having issues too. She goes into how she does not feel appreciated, how she takes on things that he should be doing. And she says how she take the trash out. Now, I'm an avid believer in the woman should not take the trash out when a man is in the house. My dad never, my dad took the trash out. If we had flat tires or something wrong with the car, my dad would come. My dad was like the tow truck service. If something was wrong with my car, he would come to the house and wait with me to get a tow service. He would do it because he was the man. He taking the trash out to the trash can. If it's groceries to be bringing in the house, he going to get the groceries out of the car. He did that kind of stuff. He changed the light bulbs. And if it's something that he couldn't do, that was something that the man would do, he would hire someone to do it for the family. You know what I'm saying? Because he had me, my sister, and my mom. My brother stayed out was at school and college. But yeah, he, that's what men do. So I get her saying, he ain't taking trash out. Dr. G, that's real fucked up. She says how, she feels like he takes care of the household financially, just to throw it in her face, like, I take care of this and this and this and this. And she's like, when he said to her, I pay the mortgage. She was like, I said, well, here go a check for the whole 12 months of the mortgage. But he won't take it. But I'm like, why won't you just go pay it yourself? Like, don't give him a check. Take it down to the mortgage company. Or put whatever you do, just don't give it to him. Go pay it. And then have him shut his mouth. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole different thing going on. Because I'm like, why are you not going to accept money? Because I'm like, why y'all don't have joint accounts? Y'all got separate accounts? Okay, it is what it is. And she basically gets emotional saying how she just don't know if she can take it. And, what I'm saying, she just feels differently about how she's doing everything. And how he kind of makes her feel like he takes care of her financially. But I mean, if he does, he does. It is what it is. So, two things. Jackie had her event. Okay. At the event, I feel like it was a pointless argument between Toya, Heavenly, and the girl Contessa. And I say, and I'm not even going to discuss it. Heavenly was being extra thinking Toya was messy. You know, when Heavenly went up to Toya saying, I just want to say that I felt like you was being messy with this whole thing with me and Contessa, and I don't get it. And, you know, Toya said, well, if I'm messy, how are we still friends? And Heavenly said, because I'm trying not to be messy. I just shut the fuck up. And I'm looking like, I just felt like it was a pointless argument. They then brought Contessa into it, and she then said maybe she misread the situation, and maybe she overreacted when Heavenly said to her, I ain't fucking with you no more. She's like, you know, so I'll take accountability for that. And it's basically squashed, but I felt like it was a pointless argument. I felt like they both, Toya and Heavenly, was arguing just for the sake of arguing, just to have a scene, and I was over it, and I don't care. The last scene is of Cecil and Simone having a FaceTime counseling session with a counselor. I don't save money at the same time. Call, you know, FaceTime them. You know, they admit how they were in the car fighting on the way to church. How, you know, Simone got so upset that she said, take me home. I want a divorce. And she's doing this when the boys are in the back seat. And, you know, he says how she keep bringing up old stuff. And I don't know why she bringing up old stuff. And then she said, you know, because when he do something little, he'll say, well, I never do anything. So she's like, so I bring up old stuff because he act like he never do anything. And she's like, so that's the reason I bring it up. She's like, but, you know, I can't even get him to say, I love you. You know, and that's the part that makes me mad. So the doctor was like, you know, Cecil, I see how you're looking kind of aggravated when your wife talks, you know, irritated. Does that always happen? And they both admit that it does. And he's like, hey, you know, that's something that you both have to work on. You know, she says how, you know, she does not feel loved, and like her complaints to him are not valid, and you know, he act like it's not even a real situation. And you know, she said she does not feel appreciated. And you know, they both admit how they kind of live separate lives. You know, they have those two houses, but she says even when they in the same house, they in separate rooms. Even how they don't go out on dates anymore. And he like, no, you know, we go out. And she's like, well, yeah, we go out with different people, but not together, and we need to get back to that. And that's kind of how the episode go out. Them just saying how they need to fix it because they both now realize, wow, we are literally living, we're almost going in two separate directions and we don't even notice it. And it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we don't want to do it, but that's kind of what's happening. And that was the end of the episode. So I'm going to wrap this up right here. I'm about to record my gossip review, and that will be up as well. So I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Hope you guys enjoy. Please put your comments below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my videos and like my videos. Thank you very much. Until next time, people.